And then tonight at 10, late nights, Seth Meyers is breaking down everything that happened in last night's presidential debate right here in Philadelphia. The live hour-long special is called A Closer Look with Seth Meyers Primetime Live Election Special. And the team behind his show's signature segment is hard at work right now as I'm talking, putting the show together. Yesterday, I talked to my former boss, Seth Meyers himself. For more on this, it's time for A Closer Look.
For more on this, it's time for a closer look. A closer look. A closer look.
Seth, this is Sheila Watko.
Huh? Sheila?
For our viewers who don't know, you were my boss. I had the unique experience of working on A Closer Look as a photo researcher. I think a lot more goes into it than people realize, so I wanted you to talk a little bit about the process and the team that puts this together, what it's going to be like preparing for this special.
Well, I'm so glad you asked, and also just know that we all miss you. Everybody wanted me to say hi to you when they heard I would be talking to you today.
Oh, I miss everyone so much.
Yeah, it is an incredible team. You know, Sal Gentile, our head writer for A Closer Look, he writes a draft, and Emily Arotis, his producer, is immediately working on pulling clips, and then our photo team is making graphics. It's a huge ordeal, and it's also the most fact-checked thing we do on the show. Every time we finish reading the cards for A Closer Look, I watch Sal go out and get on the phone with Emily because they have received notes from the fact checkers, and we do want to make sure everything we say is right, because while we're trying to be funny, we're also trying to be factual.
Seth, in this often bleak landscape, we look to you and your team to help us make sense of what's going on in the world and provide, if not some hope, at least some laughs to get through it. But what do you turn to for that same hope and humor?
Well, I mean, I do turn to the staff I get to work with. I always say hiatuses are the hardest time for me to process what's going on in the world because, you know, I don't have my friends and family that I work with to bounce ideas off, to try to find humor in, and I just tend to sort of walk around muttering to myself. So the show is cathartic to do. We hope it's cathartic to watch, and I don't know what I would do without it.
And this one's a little more niche, but it's for the superfans and the jackals. If you had to elect one of your writers or staff members as president and vice president, who do you think would do the best job?
Excellent question. Amber Ruffin would definitely, she would definitely be my president, and I would have Mike Scollins as vice president to attract the dirtbag Massachusetts vote.
And Seth, to wrap things up, your first SNL show was the one after the September 11th terror attacks in 2001. 23 years later, on September 11th, you've got a special edition of what's become your signature segment on your own late night show that's been on the air for over 10 years. You're so busy with the show, with podcasts, with your kids and your family. What are the moments when you're able to take a second and reflect on how far you've come since working in Chicago and Amsterdam and on SNL to where you are now?
Well, you know, it's funny you say that because, you know, again, obviously this is a date, you know, that you do never forget. And it was exactly, you know, when I moved to New York City. So I do always take stock of how lucky I've been this time of year because, you know, my dream was to move to New York City. My dream was to work at SNL. And the fact that I've never left this building, I think speaks to the amount of gratitude I have for where I've landed.
And I regret leaving the building all the time, Seth. I miss you guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Miss you, Sheila.
No, I miss you.
We love you.
Guys, and good luck. I love you guys, and I can't wait to watch the special. Have a great one, Seth. Always great to see you.
All right, bye, Sheila. Take care of Sheila over there, you guys.
Oh, the best. I do miss them so much. That was so much fun and so cool. A Closer Look with Seth Meyers Primetime Live Election Special airs tonight at 10 right here on NBC 10. It's also streaming on Peacock.